So here to explain how this remarkable new place is being designed and why it's so very important to the economic growth ambition of the city centre is Ian Simpson.
Morning, everybody. Thank you, Ken. Before I present our architectural thoughts for the project, it's important to understand the context. Located between the corridor and Castlefield, the site sits centrally within an expanded city core, an important gateway from the south, the motorways and airport. The brief was broadened by the partnership to examine how the site locks into the city centre, to explore how the rail viaduct and arches could be turned into a positive connector, to establish a vibrant and successful east-west creative ribbon linking Oxford Road and the corridor with Knott Mill and Castlefield, to complement the north-south axis of First Street in the city core already established. This sketch of mine draws these pieces of the city together as a cohesive whole, with the ability to be articulated as a number of discrete projects combining innovative new build with exciting reuse, supporting independent creative industries, cultural and arts-based businesses, with First Street North and the new cultural facility at its heart. This is a ribbon in the city context. We would like to see a reworked Oxford Road station with new entrances and connections, Whitworth Street, Great Marlborough Street, and New Wakefield Street. A redevelopment of the former Asquith site, the Hotspur Press, low-cost studio space, Mackintosh Mill brought into use, First Street North at the heart, and Little Peter Street connecting with Knott Mill, Castlefield, and the existing creative industries, opening up the arches and unifying the whole through a robust and elegant landscape, breaking down the barrier. The Hotspur Press, new pedestrian routes through the arches and between the buildings, supporting and enhancing the existing community of artists and businesses. Creative reuse of industrial structures, such as containers on the Mackintosh Mill site, could create a vibrant mixed-use community and bring a derelict part of the city to life. Little Peter Street site, an important connection across Medlock Street, linking Knott Mill and First Street North, exciting low-cost structures with an intimate grain, mixed-use, retail, studios and workshops, a place for transaction and ideas, a bazaar complementing the commercial proposals envisaged for First Street. All connected and unified by opening up rail arches and new routes, a robust landscape and linking canopies. We can transform the existing fabric, improve visual and physical connectivity, create newfound places for the city. A threshold, not a barrier, a series of curated spaces with strong, clear and legible routes. As we focus in on First Street North, First Street itself is at the heart, and there are 5 new buildings gathered around number 1, gathered around a new public space. Plot 2 is a cultural building to be designed by Meccanu. Plot 1 is the new Melia 4-star hotel, designed by us with Reed Architects responsible for the interior. 2 retail structures, plots 1A and 3A, and a new budget hotel and multi-storey car park, plot 3. There are a variety of views and vistas into and out of the site. As a first phase, it's important to create a city scale to the buildings. The group of buildings must work together to reinforce the importance of the cultural facility, to bring life and vitality to the setting and establish presence and visibility within the city. My initial sketch describes our approach to plot 1, the 4-star hotel. We want to maximize the view of the cultural facility. The building is formally arranged to open up the view into the site and frame the cultural building beyond. We achieve this through a dramatic 6-meter cantilever and the creation of a rooftop display structure, a beacon. On approach from the south, the public square and the cultural facility reveal themselves as a destination, a beautiful and inviting new place, at the gateway to the city core. These sketches illustrate how visible the buildings will be in the wider context, the need for city scale to break down the barrier of the rail viaduct. Views from Deansgate Locks, Manchester Central tram stop, Bridgewater Hall and Whitworth Street. Each building will act as a signpost, removing preconceptions of isolation and distance, reinforcing identity. This sense of identity is a theme extended to each building, a sense of drama and anticipation. The elevation to the hotel, for instance, is a theatre curtain, reinforcing the site's cultural and creative identity, informing a texture, colour, and sense of movement to the form, and facilitating a highly sustainable envelope. A bespoke, profiled, glazed ceramic panel will be adopted to the west elevation, providing the building with a rich dynamic and unique expression, a material present in many of Manchester's historic buildings. Plot 3, the hotel and multi-storey car park, sits on a highly constrained site. While set back from Medlock Street, it's still highly prominent and is visible along vistas within the city. Its presence needs to be celebrated. We want to create a sense of intrigue and elegance and draw people to the site. Our approach is to wrap the structure in a reflective metallic skin, a uniform treatment, an elegant singular form, polished gold anodized aluminium, perforated to the car park, solid and glazed to the hotel frontage, with super graphics formed within the perforations, changing expressions from day to night, the building as a piece of art. A sense of depth and texture, not heavy or utilitarian, but delicate, light and joyful, creating a distinctive identity and communicating the cultural and artistic ambition for the whole site. First Street North is a product of a close collaboration between client and design team. This has only been a brief introduction to our ambition. I hope it conveys a sense of quality, variety and richness that will complement the city's architectural heritage. We all share a collective vision for the site, a strong and creative identity, a unique, vibrant and inviting place. I just hand back to Ken.
Thanks very much, Ian. So, as the city has so often demonstrated, its ability to reinvent itself is manifest in everything that Ian and I have presented to you this morning. This, I think, is the game changer for First Street. It's going to be the catalyst to host a renaissance to the business of creative enterprise. And the engine for that growth, the palette upon which business and creative enterprise will flourish, is committed to start on site in autumn of this year. What Ian has presented to you at First Street North is 500,000 square feet of development, unlocking £100 million worth of investment. It's going to be the platform to trigger the special new place that's being described. It's going to ooze distinction, and it's going to be the perfect platform for price-conscious office occupiers and creative independence to be inspired and to maximize productivity. So as the sequel will demonstrate, First Street is, at long last, I'm pleased to reveal, set to take its place as the city centre's new dynamic neighbourhood of choice between now, when we start on site later this year, and opening of what's been presented in June 2014. That's it. Thank you.